Nick Baldwin for SevereMMA here with Raufeon Stots, who's coming off an LFA 68 win over Ralph Acosta last month in nearby Prior Lake, Minnesota. Raufeon, you're here in Bloomington, Minnesota, just the outskirts of the great Minneapolis. You're here for Jared Gordon's fight at UFC Minneapolis tomorrow night. You're also here for Jordan Griffin. He is out of his fight with Vince Murdoch. Murdoch had to withdraw from the fight due to an issue with the commission. We'll talk about all that. I want to talk about your win over Ralph. First, happened just almost a month ago, 2 days from now. We were supposed to talk, or we were thinking about talking after the fight. Didn't work out, but hey, we're both in Minneapolis now. 1 month later, better late than never. What did you make of your win? Were you happy with it? 3-round decision, dominant win. Were you satisfied?
Yeah, I was. I'm happy with the win. I'm not happy necessarily with what I was able to accomplish. That guy, I feel like Ralph Acosta, he's a veteran, and he was good at just hanging on. Like I was never in any danger in the fight, but he was good at making it to the end. I feel like that was his goal. And he got it done. I got the win, and I was dominant. And I was just trying to knock his lights out, trying to hurt him bad. And where I feel like I kind of messed up in that fight, I was like too one-track minded on like two techniques that I just wanted, and I felt like we're gonna finish instead of being open to submissions and open to just any finish. But overall, I came out dominated. Just proved, all my supporters right. That I'm really dominant, and it's hard to beat me.
Did you feel his veteran savvy? He had a lot more experience than you going in. He's beat Marlon Rice, who fell short a little while after that fight to UFC, to the now bantamweight champion Henry Cejudo, but still, obviously, some good wins on his record. He's been around. Were you surprised, or did you sort of feel that he was a more experienced fighter in there?
On some of the exchanges, I felt exchanges on the ground, because that's where he wanted to take the fight. He wanted to take it to the ground, and at first I was gonna stay away from it, but I also wanted to establish my dominance everywhere. So wherever he took it, but some of those elbow strikes that were like this close to landing, I freaking felt his his awareness of where he was, and when I would open up big. And it's hard to be somebody or it's hard to finish somebody who doesn't give a lot of opportunities, a lot of openings. He doesn't open up he wasn't able to open up a lot. So he was mostly defending, but he was good at defending. So credit to him. But I definitely showed that I'm super dominant, and it's gonna be very hard. There's not a lot of holes in my game, So
We talked before the fight, and you said, I think you said it was kind of either LFA title afterwards, Contender Series, or of course the UFC. Now that we've had a month since this fight, have you had any discussions with LFA about a title fight? Any discussions with the UFC Contender Series? Any talks of what's next for you?
Yeah, I've been on my manager, just messing, just bugging the hell out of him, and I know he's tired of me. But no, nothing yet. And I think the LFA was kind of waiting to see what happens with that Miles Johns fight in the Contenders, because he's currently the champion. So it was hard for me to call him out, because I knew he was on the Contenders. I'm not gonna and he ended up getting a contract on the Contenders. So so that leaves the LFA belt open, So now I can pretty much call out anybody in that top 5, or anybody, anybody they see worthy to fight for that belt, So I had my eyes on Miles Johnson, but I know he was in that Contenders, and then also I've been told, I feel like I've been told this for a while, I'm on the short list, so I got to wait for the right opening. So, I'm always ready, and I'm always open to fight anybody. I think everybody knows that, so just waiting on my moment. Waiting on my moment, Waiting on my moment. No, I'm good.
Very nice. So we'll leave the Purple Rain to JDS, but that was pretty good. When you say you're on the short list, is that for UFC, an actual UFC fight, or Contender Series?
For sure. I feel like I'm on the short list for the UFC.
They've told you that?
Yeah, I've been told that before, but I've also been passed up. But my record speaks for itself. You know, I'm 12-1 now. You know, the one loss I lost, it wasn't a fluke. I can't call it a fluke, but it was a very surprising to a lot of people, and it surprised me. You know, I learned a valuable lesson. You know, don't underestimate anybody. So anybody that steps in that ring, I'm coming in there to demolish. You know, I'm not taking you lightly. Every fight is gonna be my hardest fight, and that's how I got to go going forward till I get that UFC belt.
Now, your fights are exciting, but they go to the decision more often than not. I think as of late, Dana White has made a point that all he wants on Contender Series is finishes. He didn't sign Brendan Loughnane because he went for a late takedown with 10 seconds left, which seemed a bit insane. But a lot of people thought it was controversial. Are you worried that your shot may not come when it should, because you go to the judges and because of how your style is?
That has hindered my call up. I definitely think, and I don't feel like people. I feel like the UFC brass, they have a lot going on. I'm not, at the forefront of what they're looking at. My name isn't big enough to for them to really spend a lot of time in watching my fights. But if they watch my fights, they should see that I'm always searching for the finish. Also, I wouldn't necessarily say Dana White wants all finishes, because the last Contender Series, there was no finishes and 2 people got signed. I think what he's looking for is and for that Contender show, they're looking for people who are willing to put it all on the line, or willing to, they're actively searching and really trying to finish. I don't necessarily feel like if they gonna get it, some people have been signed, but at the same time, I don't feel like they've had eyes on my fight like they do on the Contender. So, I mean, if I was to get a Contender shot, I'm pretty confident my fight style and my
fits the bill, so to speak.
Yeah, fits the bill. Yeah, I'm an exciting fighter. I'm not there to just hang on. I'm definitely steady improving, steady working toward finishing. So,
what's your gut feeling? Putting you on the spot a little bit, but a gut feeling as to where your fight or where your next fight is. LFA title, Contender Series. What's the move for Raufeon Stots?
Man, I feel like it's 50-50. I want to say I should just throw up a name. No, I feel like my next fight will probably be ambitiously. My next fight will be a short notice call against Cheetah Vera. So. That's ambitious, if they don't find opponents and things like this. Realistically, I think I'll probably fight for the LFA belt maybe August. Yeah.
Cheetah Vera, though, that kind of makes sense. Like, he needs an opponent for next week.
You know what I'm saying? People getting popped for picograms and shit. I'll never take a picogram or anything. I'm 100% Nigerian American muscle. So he should hit me up. Have his people call my people and let's dance. But
that's the official call. It International Fight Week, Las Vegas.
Yeah, holla at me, homeboy.
You say ambitiously and you say realistically probably LFA title, but that seems a little realistic, because in short notice, 1 week, you're willing to take it.
Man, I'm willing and ready. So if it happens, it happens. I hate to put all my eggs in that basket, just because you never know. This business is it's chaos, so hopefully, man.
Do you feel like maybe they just delay that fight with Sean O'Malley, because O'Malley's a big name, he's a prospect at 135?
Yeah, I think so. I think they might they're definitely, they want to push Sean O'Malley. They want to give him all the chances they can to make him a star. So who knows?
Okay, UFC Minneapolis, you have one teammate on this card tomorrow night, Jared Gordon. He's taking on Dan Moret. Jared's on a bit of a skid. He told me he probably needs this fight. Like, this is a bit of a must-win. Do you sort of see that as well? Do you agree with that assessment?
I agree with the assessment that he needs this fight for himself. But Jared, if you look at Jared's life, Jared, you put Jared into a corner, you back Jared up, that's when he performs the best. He was an addict, and he fought drugs, he fought from being homeless, or I don't know if he was homeless, but he fought a lot of adversity and came out on top, and look at where he's at now. So I like where his head's at. I need this fight. That's a dangerous fighter, and I think it's gonna show this Saturday.
Jordan Griffin was supposed to fight Vince Murdoch. Murdoch stepped up on short notice, fell out of the fight. Medicals, issues with the commission. How is Jordan doing? Obviously disappointing, but at this point, it's kind of just, it is what it is. It happens.
That's what our coach told us, Scott Cushman. He told us, this business is crazy. You never know. It was one point where somebody told him the fight was off, and then they go downstairs, and then the medical doctor was like, oh, maybe it's still on. So, you never know with this business. It's so crazy. Like, it's also crazy. We had 4 fighters on this card. Now we have 1, So it's a crazy business. You never know what's going to happen. As soon as you think you got it figured out, something changes. So, which is why everybody loves it, So, yeah, he's definitely disappointed. But he believes he's going to fight here soon. He's going to get right back in the gym. He's obviously got no cuts and bruises or, anything hindering him from training. So he says he's going to get right back in there, and he can't wait to fight.
All right, well, Raufeon, appreciate your time. Best of luck tomorrow night with Jared's fight, and good luck with either the LFA title fight, Cheeto Vera, whatever comes next to you. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.